A warm welcome to everyone. I'm very happy that you're interested in our approach of connecting higher education institutions and civil society organizations through an intercultural service learning pilot. My name is Swenja Zaremba. I am Research Fellow and Coordinator of the German network of the AnNALEN Foundation at the SAC Center for Cultural and General Studies at KIT. And I will now start sharing my slides with you. SAC is a central academic unit at the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology. SAC's concept is based on 3 pillars: public science, interdisciplinary education, and applied research and projects in cultural studies. SAC serves as a bridge between academia and civil society in each of its 3 pillars in different ways. Firstly, SAC aims to present complex topics in an easily comprehensible manner in order to make them accessible to a broader audience. The objective is to impart the necessary knowledge for the public to participate and to enable discussions and knowledge transfer between science and society in both directions. Secondly, SAC has the mandate to provide all students of KIT with an interdisciplinary range of courses. The technical background of the students should be expanded in a meaningful and complementary manner by additional knowledge and skills that provide orientation for study, work, and society. And last but not least, we bring a broad range of experience derived from our projects and research in the field of cultural relations and civil society. SAC is the coordinator of the German network of the AnNALEN Foundation. This means that we work very closely with an international network of civil society organizations in the field of education and culture. We strongly believe that it's becoming more and more important that universities and research institutions are present in society and vice versa. One reason is that it is key to be in constant contact and dialogue with society in order to contribute evidence-based knowledge to the recent discourses, to the shaping of public opinion, to encounter fake news and dangerous manipulation of information, but also to be aware of fears, discussions, and the needs of society. Therefore, communication with groups of society other than science to contribute to the development of society and to meet expectations on the performance of the science system is important. When it comes to teaching and the development of new modules, we ask ourselves what knowledge and which competencies are important in order to creatively and responsibly deal with the challenges of the 21st century at both work and in life. What should our students learn nowadays? Along with the knowledge transmitted by our studies, what else do we need to offer to our students in order to support them in becoming responsible and active global citizens in times of digitalization, globalization, and also of increasing populism and nationalism? These are the leading questions for our approach to create teaching modules that are open to all students of KIT, which is one of the largest technical universities in Germany. You can see a quote by Andreas Schleicher that illustrates one of our approaches quite well. Where does this lead us? Currently, SAC is developing a pilot for internships at civil society organizations within the newly established network Epicor. We are now in the conception phase of this new format. Epicor stands for European Partnership for an Innovative Campus Unifying Regions. The network has been established under the umbrella of Erasmus Plus European universities, and it aims at building bridges among the academic communities of 8 leading European universities, one of them KIT. We have developed our concept based on learnings derived from 4 sectoral activities that SAC has been involved in the last couple of years. Firstly, our intercultural learning experiences, like, for example, in the case of the European Commission's program Erasmus Plus Virtual Exchange in which SAC is involved as a third party. Secondly, our experience in working with civil society actors, mainly in the framework of the coordination of the German network of the AnNALEN Foundation. Thirdly, our findings derived from our research and from the policy working group on the collaboration with international civil society organizations. And finally, based on existing service learning formats that SAC is offering. Let me now expand on these. Intercultural online debates within the framework of the European Commission's program Erasmus Plus Virtual Exchange is a project enabling youth in Europe and the Southern Mediterranean to engage online in meaningful intercultural exchanges as part of their formal or non-formal education. In this program, online debate exchanges take place, bringing young people from different backgrounds together to develop parliamentary debate skills with the support of a network of trained debate team leaders, fostering listening and understanding through advocacy training. From my experience in diverse intercultural courses, what I especially appreciate in this program is the fact that it does not focus on comparing cultural similarities, differences, and potential stereotypes, but on the fact that encounters between individuals are important. The program is designed in a way that the collaborative working and learning experiences are shared. A reflection of these intercultural encounters will take place in the final session. The second line, the AnNALEN Euro-Mediterranean Foundation for the Dialogue Between Cultures, sees itself as a network of networks that now brings together more than 4,500 civil society organizations in 42 member states who share their work and collaborate on projects and programs. The AnNALEN Foundation offers a good paradigm and testing ground for beneficiary or beneficial coexistence of civil society and the university community. It has access to both communities. It is an institutionalized program. It has developed its own tools and projects that can serve as a pilot for such a partnership, whereas it can trace among its members a number of good practices. Closely linked to this is our third source of inspiration, theoretical reflections and lessons learned on the topic of cooperation with international civil society organizations. Based on my own expertise as a member of the working group Civil Society in Cultural Relations at the German Federal Foreign Office, we developed policy recommendations on collaborating with civil society organizations in a strategic process, discussed and compared with those of experts from research institutions and from the field. Even if these reflections are mainly focused on collaboration with civil society actors in the field of international cultural relations, many of them are applicable to other realms where state actors and public institutions cooperate with non-state actors as well. If someone wants to dive into the topic more deeply, there is a new book recently published at KIT that can be downloaded for free and which includes a chapter on this subject written by myself. Finally, SAC has been integrating the teaching learning format Servicelearning into its program since 2009, in which students can combine university learning with civil society engagement in a project and practice-oriented manner. SAC implements an interdisciplinary key competence-oriented service learning. I don't plan to enter into details of this format, as I'm convinced that participants of this conference are far more experienced in this teaching format than I am. But let me just emphasize a few points that are especially important to us. The reflection of experience plays an important role, which is moderated and structured by teachers in accompanying seminars. Only through reflection, meaning the thoughtful processing of one's own experience of action, the process of action becomes an educational experience. At the same time, social skills can be sustainably expanded and strengthened. We took ideas and learnings of these four approaches to create a new format that equips young people who want to contribute and shape society as responsible citizens. These are intercultural learning experiences and its reflection, the experience of working for and in society on a local level, accompanied by reflection and the awareness of local and global interconnectedness. Insights to civil society shall be matched by the knowledge of the important political role civil society plays in a democratic system. And reflection as the link between practical experience and theoretical reflection to ensure a balance between service and learning and an understanding and internalizing what has been experienced. This leads us to the main learning aims. Fostering skills, awareness, knowledge, and commitment for effective citizenship by strengthening social, personal, and metacognitive competencies. Besides the skill development, the accompanying course is developing basic political knowledge on civil society and its role in the political system. The aims of these are to create a critical perspective on aspects like the relationship between voluntary work versus paid work, and interconnected to this point, the possible shift of responsibility from administration to civil society, or differences in relationships between state and civil society actors, also in comparison of different national contexts, and also the rising influence of youth movements in the global civil society, but also their limitations. Besides the learning aims for students, of equal importance for us are the potential effects on the university and the community partner, as we see the entire process as part of knowledge transfer as a third mission attached to teaching. The cooperation between the university and public organizations oriented towards the common good can create a real added value for everyone involved, but it can as well lead to irritations and disturbances. To enter this dialogue also means to reflect on one's own actions. Co-creation and therefore co-ownership of the program is crucial, and therefore reciprocal exchanges should be ensured wherever possible. And need assessment of the community partners is the basis of the matching. Civil society organizations should be involved at eye level and in the whole process. Knowledge transfer happens in both directions. Universities need to be aware that their own approach might be questioned. We are aware that civil society organizations have resources available that can contribute to the development of public institutions. Civil society actors can achieve outstanding results thanks to their dynamism, agility, and innovative strength. Cooperation with civil society requires greater flexibility and possibly also longer term planning horizons. Especially as part of the public sphere, civil society actors can serve as experts. Some of them are specialized, have advocacy and communication skills, which can play a part and contribute to the public discourse, either among citizens or in direct contact with decision makers. Small local and civil society actors, grassroots organizations, can reflect direct fears, worries, and expectations of the local population. Some of them are very experienced in terms of internationalization, well connected through networks with other organizations, and they can help define problems and offer solutions that are relevant to society. Global NGOs are also interesting partners because of their professionalism and experience at the international political level, but on the other hand, they are not necessarily involved at the grassroots level. When it comes to teaching tomorrow's global citizens, the strength and relevance of civil society organizations shall not be underestimated. You can find both objectives, the students' learning aims and the cooperative approach of co-creation with the community partners in the first sketch of the process as we plan it. At the heart of the entire service learning process, you will find an internship at civil society organizations based on one based in one of the cities of the Epicor partner universities. In an introductory workshop, students receive an introduction to the topic and they are prepared for the practical phase. After the practical phase, an evaluation workshop takes place to reflect on how the knowledge gained can be transferred to the student and future professionals. The practical work phase is accompanied by weekly reflection sessions. To provide a balance of service and learning, we want to achieve close collaboration with community partners throughout the whole process. This means that in the preparation phase, we will involve intermediary organizations like the AnNALEN Foundation and volunteer agencies in the Epicor partner cities. A needs assessment and a constant dialogue to managing expectations shall ensure that all parties involved can benefit from the experience, followed by tools of monitoring and evaluation. Now, we are looking forward to sample the new format in a first round in 2021, and we are excited to learn about the new dynamics that will evolve from this interplay of teaching, research, and transfer activities. Thanks a lot for your digital attention. Looking forward to discussing this with you.